what is up, you guys? It is me, Lindsay, and we are here again with another story time video. Cause you love them, and cause I love you. So this story is about the time I made a completely random stranger I had never met in my entire life burst into tears. Yeah. So this story starts off with me sitting all by my lonesome self at school on a bench waiting to meet up with someone. Now, I was just sitting there on my phone, the usual, you know, like tweeting, Snapchatting, etc., waiting for this guy to show up so that we can get down to business that we were working on. While I was sitting there, out of my peripheral vision, even though I was staring at my phone, I could see a body come towards me, and I thought it was the person I was waiting for, so I looked up, but it was a completely random stranger I had never met. And this boy asked me if I was waiting for someone, and I said yes, because I was. He asked if I was waiting for a guy, and I said yes, because I was waiting for a guy. And then he asked if I was waiting for my boyfriend, which, if y'all know, I'm single as fuck, so I wasn't waiting for my boyfriend. That's a matter of fact. So I said, no, I'm not. He's not my boyfriend. I'm not waiting for my boyfriend. And then he asked if I had a boyfriend, and I said, no, I don't. And then he asked, do you want to go out with me? I very politely said, oh no, sorry, I'm not interested. And then he said, why not? And I said, because I don't know you and you're a stranger. But then he said, well, we can get to know each other. Let's go right now. Go get coffee, sit down, get to know each other. And I said, oh no, haha, sorry, I'm waiting for someone. And he said, well, what about tomorrow? Or what about Thursday? And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm not interested. I'm so sorry. I'm not interested. He kept pestering me and said, why not? And I said, I don't know you. You're a stranger. You could be a totally random person. I don't know you at all. I'm so sorry, but the answer is no. And then that's when it all took a twist. And in the middle of my school's quad, this boy burst into tears, was screaming and yelling, looked me right in the eye while he was like melting, basically, and said, why don't you like me? And I had no idea what to do. Everyone was staring at us, and I felt all sorts of attacked. I was just sitting there waiting for a buddy, waiting for a pal, and this boy came up to me, asked me if I wanted to go out with him. I said no. He kept asking me if I wanted to go out with him. I said no multiple times in a very polite way. I was not rude about it. And then he burst into tears and make himself look like the victim, which no. He burst into tears and said, why don't you like me? And I said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean it in a rude way, but I don't know you. And I don't go out with people I don't know, and I'm sorry. And he said, well, we can get to know each other. Why don't we get to know each other? We could go get coffee. We could hang out. If we get to know each other, then we could go out. And I said, no, I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. And then he started to get violent. Why? Is it because I'm ugly? Is that why you don't want to go out with me? Because I'm not attractive? Because I'm not hot? And I had no idea what to say, because everything I was saying to this boy was just making things worse. Eventually, with me very politely saying, no, I'm sorry, blah, 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 after a few minutes of his crying and everyone in the school just staring at us, I talked him out of his rage, and he said, well, can you at least help me pick up some girls? And I was like, girls are not objects. You can't just pick them up. They're people. I was willing to do anything to get out of the situation because I was extremely uncomfortable. So I was like, you know what? Yes, I'll give you some advice. And so he was like, oh, okay, cool. So, can you like hook me up with one of your friends? And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not comfortable with hooking you up with any of my friends. And then after that, shit got even weirder, and he said, oh, well, what if I put an earpiece in my ear and you like, you know, like walkie-talkie in it in like the movies, and you like tell me in my ear what I should say to a girl while I'm talking to the girl so that I know exactly what to say so that she'll go out with me. And he literally said that. Like it was some spy movie we were in, and I could just talk in an earpiece to him to tell him the secrets of mastering womankind. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, no. That's literally the words that I kept repeating throughout this entire situation. because it was a weird situation. It was strange. And I, what? And so he said, well, at least can you give me some advice? And I said, be friendly with girls, maybe get to know them before you just straight up ask them out like you did to me because I'm a stranger. Maybe you should get to know them first. And then he said, okay, well, how do I get to know them? And I said, make friends in your classes, talk to people in your classes, just be casual, be cool, just be nice, be a nice guy. And I'm sure a girl will come your way eventually if you're nice and friendly and open to talking to people. And then after that, I said, you know, I am sort of meeting someone, and that was all I had to say. And this guy said, oh my God, you're right. And then he ran off. And I have never had an encounter with him again. God bless, because I never want to go through a situation like that again. It was very distressing, and I am still confused about it. Oh, do you guys also want to hear another funny story about me getting hit on? It's a really, really short story, but I'll just include it at the end of this video, because if you got to this point, I'll reward you with another little funny tidbit of my life. One time, I was really, really, really craving donuts, so I went to a grocery store that had, you know, like how they have that like baked section, like that baked goods section, and I was looking at the donuts. While I was looking at the donuts, a black guy came up to me, put his hand on my shoulder, pointed at the chocolate donut, looked me in the eye, and said, I know you want that chocolate. And then he just walked away. And I was so like, whoa. Okay, that was fucking smooth. I mean, he was right. I did want that chocolate, and I did end up buying that chocolate donut, I'm just gonna say. But that was probably the greatest like hit-on experience I have ever had, because it is so funny. So I hope you like this video. If you'd like to give it a like, comment down below. Has anything ever like this happened to you guys? I'm curious if any crazy story like this has happened to you. Leave it in the comments, because I really do want to read it, because I know I'm not the only one who goes through crazy shit like this. Subscribe to be notified the next time I make a video, and I'll see you cool cats the next time I make a video. Bye! By the way, you should all follow me on my social medias that are over in this direction. As you can see, I have Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, and a Snapchat, and you should add me on all of them, especially Snapchat and Twitter, because I am probably the most active on those. Also, if you just want to get like closer to me, like friendship wise, Twitter is definitely the way to go. And I feel like all of the people who follow me on Twitter are just my friends. They're not even like subscribers or followers or whatever. They're genuinely my friends, because we all tweet each other, and I follow like basically all of them. So if you want to get to know me better and you just want to be pals with me, you should definitely follow me on Twitter. And if you don't have a Twitter, I'm sorry.